a trend that governments always will use fearful circumstances to take away more of our rights. Now, this isn't some sort of weird, wacky tinfoil hypothesis. It's just actually the truth of it, Fear is one of the greatest motivators for people to give up their rights to anyone, right? I'm scared, so please take care of me. I'm scared. Go ahead. You can monitor my house. You can monitor my cell phone because I'm afraid and I want you to make me safe. And that's usually what happens. It's happened all throughout history. I mean, that's what 1984 by George Orwell talks mostly about. And our government uses it all the time. September 11th was a great thing, right? Great, suddenly it's just the messages of fear, the messages of patriotism, and it was just all of a sudden, all rational and reasonable discourse was shut down, and we invaded Iraq and Afghanistan for nothing, So silly. And we actually caused more destruction. That's a whole nother topic. But about the COVID, people are scared. Please, please. And what are the possibilities that could come of this? I have been monitoring. I type in vaccine mandate. I'm afraid that they are going to mandate everyone takes the vaccine. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I believe that everyone should make their own decision if they want a vaccine or not to have a vaccine. I don't like being forced to get it, though. I do not want to be forced to get it. You can give me a recommendation. You could explain the reasons why it's an intelligent idea to get the vaccine. And of course, there's tons of reasons that people will say, herd immunity, you should do it for society. Why you shouldn't do it? Because there's a risk of death, You read the little inserts, risk of death on almost every vaccine. Also, it's kind of weird, that you're injecting, every vaccine is slightly different. I'm not a vaccinologist, but I did read that the Oxford vaccine was made from a cold virus from a chimpanzee. So I think I read that on the BBC. You'll have to fact check me. Chimpanzee cold virus weakened that will simulate an immune response that would be similar that if you got the COVID virus. I guess they modified it. They put bumps on it. I mean, it's really weird when you look into vaccines. You got to do your own research. I don't want to be mandated to have it. And what I'm reading in the news, like there's an article from a couple days ago where Fauci, he's the biggest politician when it comes to health advice, especially regarding this current pandemic. I mean, he's recommending and he's talking about how he thinks it would be a good idea for a lot of institutions, schools, and travel to require proof of vaccination to travel in or out of America. Crazy. So if I don't get the vaccine, then that means I'm stuck in America if Fauci has his way. As well as a lot of other people who want to have their way. There's like this cabal. And I really feel like the medical establishment is like the new papal state. They're the papacy from the medieval era, right? Back in the day, you had to listen to the cardinals, listen to the pope. Even kings had to listen to them. They could excommunicate you. They could call you a heretic. Now it's like the medical establishment. If the medical establishment thinks that you're being ignorant or you're not following the rules, there's repercussions, as we've seen. People being arrested for not wearing masks, people being arrested and fined for not following all the guidelines. And so it's weird how the medical establishment is now sort of the de facto church. And I guess it might be better than having priests, because at least they are using science. But every position of power corrupts, right? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And I think that requiring free citizens to get a vaccine that we might not want. Like, I'm not going to get it. My family's not going to get it. Does that mean now that we cannot travel back to Japan? Well, I probably can't travel back to Japan anyways. I've been trying to get my visa. Those smuggling days have bit me in the booty. But what about my wife? What about my daughter? What if we want to go down to Mexico? What if we want to go travel to Europe? And we can't because we refuse to kowtow to the medical cabal that's in league with the government and wants to actually downgrade my rights, you know, because that's what happens, right? I didn't change anything, right? I'm still a nice, law-abiding, tax-paying citizen, and then all of a sudden, I can't travel. I can't get a job in certain industries unless I follow suit and be a good boy. But I'm not going to be a good boy because I'm going to be a free boy, a free man. And I want to say, fuck you, Fauci. Fuck you, motherfucker. Don't bring in authoritarian controls. Even if you've done the science and you know statistically it's a good idea, don't force us. It's not worth living to be in a safe world that you don't actually have rights. No. Do not do that. Do not take away our fundamental rights of, I get to decide. Do I want to put an injection in me or not? That's my choice. If I choose not to, now all of a sudden I can't travel? Fuck you, Fauci. Fuck you, medical cabal. And I guess that's all I wanted to say today. I'm safe. I'm pretty sure I had COVID. Maybe it was a really bad flu. But I'm pretty sure I had COVID because my grandma, who got sick from me, tested positive. Anyways, I hope you're doing well. I hope your health is fantastic. And if you get sick, maybe it will... It sucks getting sick, but there's all sorts of interesting insights on your life and reflections that you can make when you're sick that you wouldn't normally make when you're healthy. So hope you guys have a great day. Hope you're having a beautiful new year. My name's Ryan Freeman. See you soon.